Very special day for me. I have the one, the only Gwen Bunn returning to the show for the second time, first time since 2018. How are you today? I'm so excited to have you back. Congratulations on all the success you found in the past year. How have you been? I know we in LA now. How is life? How's your life been over the past couple of years since we last spoke?
Man, it's been great, man. Everything is gradual elevation. It's always been like that, and I can't really complain. Every year I'm trying to reach new goals and set new heights. So it's been great, man. Life is good. Can't complain.
Yo, and since the last time we talked, I was obviously I follow you on Instagram, and I've been, following your career this whole time. I was always like, yo, I need more music from Gwen, and what I feel like that's happened this past year with you is, and you're in this amazing space right now, and I feel like we've gotten this consistent flow of music from you, and which has been amazing because you have so many good records and one really big record in particular, which we're going to talk about. But fill in the gaps for me. Since 2018, what has gone on with you? How did you get to this great place? All of that.
Yeah, well, honestly, my whole career, for the most part, the majority of it, I've kind of been moving independently, like to the point of not even having a manager, and that's been great. But eventually, I ended up coming back out to LA, just to explore some other things, get creative out here. And then I just never went back home. I never went back. That's kind of how I moved. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just, this is where it is. I'm gonna figure this out from here. And that's kind of what happened. And everything kind of elevated from there. I ended up connecting with my current manager right now. And that kind of like, getting somebody who's trying to be as organized as you are and understands the game, and you know what I mean? That's a blessing. It's very rare that you find that. It took me 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So I think just being able to somebody to help connect dots that were even already there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know what
100%.
I mean? Like, it's that type of thing. So shout out to my stepbrother. My stepbrother was managing me prior to, but he was working at a management company that ended up leading me to my current manager. So, you know what I mean?
All the dominoes just kind of fall into place eventually.
Yeah, that's just how it works. So yeah, man, just, that's how it started, just coming out here and connecting dots.
And we dropped this record back in September, Between the Lines, smash record with Faith Evans. And obviously, you had a bunch of other joints last year. You had No Days Off, Pressure, Don't Go, all amazing records that I felt like were steps getting to this Between the Lines record. So how did you link with Faith Evans on this? Because it's such an amazing joint, and I'm just so happy that you got to connect with a legend like Faith on this.
Yeah, well, she doesn't get on many records, so shout out to Faith for that. Again, she's one of those people, if she listens to it and she's rocking with it, she gonna get on it, I guess. So it was one of them things. Shout out to Jeremiah. He's my A&R. My A&R is definitely the connection to that. He's known Faith since, years. They've had a rapport for a minute. So when I connected with him initially, before we even, started our business stuff with Island, he kind of already had that planted in his head. When I played the record, I already had the record, everything was, but in his head, he was like, I know if we move forward, I'm gonna see if I can get Faith on this and we can, you know what I mean? Like, he already had the play. So shout out to Jeremiah for real, and Faith. It's really just by the grace of God. And my guy who produced it, Black Mike, he sampled Faith. He's a huge Faith fan. So yeah, it was just one of those moments. It just came together for real.
Did you get to work with her in the studio, or was it like since 2020 you guys did it kind of remotely?
We definitely did it via email, and we got the vocals, and I sat back and chopped everything up and went through and messed around with her stuff. You know what I mean? Took stuff out, put stuff in, played with it, added vocals behind her stuff. So yeah, had some fun.
You mentioned the partnership with Island. As someone who has been independent for most of her career, why did you decide to make this big change? Because I know, you know, even knowing you and speaking to you a few years ago, I know that, you know, being independent was something you were very passionate about. So why do you feel like now was like the time where you're like, I'm gonna do this with a label, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna take this route now?
Yeah, well, I had a couple meetings for one, and you gotta do the research a bit, you know what I mean, and understand what you're getting yourself into, understand what your flow is and what works for you. And Jeremiah is the key to all of that. You know what I mean? His ear, it's about your ear. And I think my ear is how I even got here. It's all about your ear. And if our ears align, then we'll be fine. That's what I really and truly believe. Mm-hmm. And our ears definitely more than align. Like, he gets it for sure. He knows what we're trying to do here. So when him and I connected just on a musical level, that's what it's really all about for me, because that's why I do it. If you care about the music, you know, everything else will fall into place. We'll all make money. It ain't really about, you know what I mean? As long as I understand the business side and what I want, you know what I mean?
Right.
Everything else can make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you don't have to be worried about all the extras if your business side is in order. If your business is there and your ears are aligned, I think it kind of makes sense. And that's what happened with Jeremiah and I in the whole island partnership. Everybody, like, when I ended up meeting everybody else in the company as well, everybody's spirits were warm. They were attentive. They cared. It was definitely a crazy, almost spiritual, like what? I don't even know. Like, seriously, I don't know. But I also knew that I wanted to go a little deeper. As far, like, growing up, you always want to get to the radio. You know what I mean?
Facts. And
that's definitely a gateway to that. Like, it's also ways definitely to get on radio without labels. People are, I mean, kids been doing it every day. Soulja Boy, you know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
Clearly, it's done. I just, had an opportunity that was right there to do it a different way. And so that's what I decided to do and have some fun with it. And it was a lot of history in the label in itself, man, for real. Like, there's a lot of history in that label that I respected, like the artists and stuff. You know what I mean? The quality of what they're doing, like, much respect to them.
Right, because, you even just said, like, what I loved about this, that, like, you didn't rush into it. You really, like, made sure you understood what you were getting yourself into and the business side of it, which I feel like is something that, we've had a lot of conversations about these past couple of years where artists will just kind of, especially young artists, will just be like, okay, label wants to sign me. All right, let me get the advance. Let me go get my chain. Let me go get my whips. Let me go do this, blah, 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 blah. But like, it seems like how you kind of went into it. You were like, all right, if we're going to do this, we're going to be calculated and we're going to be smart about it. So everybody benefits from it, but it's not like, somebody has more power than the other.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's love.
And that's so amazing. And I also saw you were on Lecrae's album, I think last year, right? It was on the record, Nothing Left to Hide. How did that come about? Because that was also like a moment where I was like, yo, I love seeing, you collaborating with other artists again and kind of getting back into that bag.
Yeah. That's just being out here in the mix with people, family, connecting dots, man. It was one of them moments. A friend of mine who works closely with Lecrae reached out and they said they needed some stuff. I was in Atlanta, ironically, at the right time, and I ended up making that happen. When I was in the city, man, they ended up just needed some, it was really the last record for the album, literally. They needed one more hook. And so, I pulled up the next day when I touched down, pulled up the next day and made it happen and had some fun with it.
Man, that's amazing. And so with this, and it's been a couple years since your last project, but we're gearing up for a new album, right? A new full album. It's been what? I think it's 4 years since Safe Travels, right? 4 years.
Yeah,
we're in 2021.
Yeah, something like that. 3.
Yeah, so it's been about 4 years. We're entering into this new era of your career and your life. With this album, we're calling it Mood Swings, correct? How far along in the process are we of having this album done? What can people expect it? And how is it different than, the projects that you put out before?
Yeah, so Mood Swings is completed. wrapped it up, turned it in. So now I'm kind of free flowing right now as far as timeline and getting back to y'all on that. Like, I'll get a firm date, but it's gonna be within the next couple months, definitely. The next couple months, I'll be gearing up and y'all be getting that ASAP. But I got a couple videos coming out before that, and just a couple other things, special pieces for y'all to have before the project comes out. But yeah, definitely next couple months.
That's amazing. Are you solely on it, or do you have some people joining you? Obviously, I'm assuming this Faith Evans record is going to be on it, but is that your only feature? Are you going to have some other people on it with you, or is it mostly just you?
Yeah, it's definitely on me. Faith is the only feature.
Wow. I love that. How is it different, I guess? How is this project, I guess, different than what you put out before? Or do you feel like it's different? Do you feel like it has a little bit more growth in it? Like, how do you kind of feel that this project stacks up to, Safe Travels and whatever else you put out before?
Yeah, I think this is definitely a different energy. I wanted some energy. Like, when you go on stage and you got to perform, you want to have a specific energy sometimes. Sometimes you want to have a more up tempo or something with a more of a groove, more of a, you know what I mean? You might want to bop. I don't know. But what I'm saying is you got to make what you want to do. You got to make what you want to feel when you performing and when you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's what I wanted to do, kind of tap into or go even deeper into just like more high energy music sometimes. Yeah, just more a little swag vibe, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like I'm getting in my lyric bag too, like different style of songwriting, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm really, really a songwriter at the core. Like, I love different styles. Like, that's what I'm obsessed with, as an artist. That's what I do it for. That's why I'm doing it, so I can never be bored. You know what I mean? Like, 100%. So I don't want to be bored. I want to explore and get a little bit of a more high energy. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're gonna slow it down too, though, or sometimes we might chop it up, chop and screw. I don't know, but that's why it's called mood swings. I'm all over the place. But it's still cohesive. It's definitely like,
like a sequence album with different parts to it, like some high, some low, some in the middle, and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely different dynamics. So that's what it's all about for me. I'm in my R&B bag though, for sure.
And you know what? I love that for you. And, obviously you've done a lot of producing in your day. Are you kind of, still tapped in with that? Like, do you have like a heavy hand in the project, or have you done stuff? Are you doing stuff with other artists, or are you kind of just solely focused on yourself right now and just making sure that this project is like the best that it can be?
I'm definitely doing every last one of those things you said, everything, for sure, like to the max. I'm really fully hands-on in this project. I produce maybe half of it.
Okay.
Maybe like 3 or 4 songs. And I'm also moving around and producing for other artists. And you know what I mean? That's my big thing right now, having fun with that, producing for different types of artists, rappers, pop, electronic, a lot of dance stuff. Like, I'm definitely on that side of stuff too, just really in my production bag. So yeah, that and the artist stuff is what I've been on. Features, whatever features, going crazy with. I've been doing a lot of features as of lately. So yeah, like the Lecrae vibe and hooks and verses,
I love that for you. And I saw, so you're telling me about this new joint with YouTube that you're doing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I'm doing a YouTube show, just showing people the insight of what I'm doing. I know I'm behind the scenes a lot, and I'm not really showing what I'm doing, but I've been capturing it all this whole time. So I just go out to organize these thoughts. It's called Melody Dungeon Worldwide. It's just like me all over the place, in the studios, at the beach, skating, where, whatever, eating good, different, different elements, connecting with a lot of your favorite artists. Just the behind the scenes of what life is like as an artist.
That's hard. So you've just been videotaping yourself this entire time, just preparing for this series.
Yeah, definitely.
These are all very exciting things. Is there anything else that the people have to be on the lookout for from you in 2021? Do you have anything else planned? Anything else on the way? Anything else coming? Anything else that they got to be in tuned with?
Definitely this. I got some clothes. Just this merch stuff has been going really crazy. The people have been showing a lot of love for that. So I'm excited to get these hats, shirts, some bags. It's a couple different vibes. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Be on the lookout for this merch line though. The Melody Dungeon merch line. All of that stuff. Also, I guess just updates on this website, gwenbunn.com. Just stay tapped into that.
I love this for you. You're tapping like every single bag that you have this year, like the music, the producing, the videos, the merch. Like I love seeing. Do you feel like you're having a lot of full circle moments this past year? Because I feel like I see that for you. I feel like I see a lot of full circle things coming around for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that every year, man. I can't even lie. Like every year is always just elevating. So I can't even complain, man. I'm thanking God every day.
Man, these are all, like I said, this is all very exciting. You know, Mood Swings on the way. Is there anything else that we got to know about coming from you? Mood Swings will be out in the next couple months. Obviously, new singles, new videos, merch, etc. What else?
Yeah, just tap in, y'all. Stay tapped in with me. I'm gonna be on Instagram going crazy, just giving y'all some insight of what I'm listening to, my day-to-day, and giving y'all the vibes that y'all wanted, man. I know y'all want this music.
I know, and you know, I feel like after the past couple years, like I said, it's just so great to have you back out releasing music again. So, and I definitely think that this album is gonna like change everything. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that after this, there's gonna be so many more blessings coming your way on top of the blessings that you are receiving now.
Much respect, man. I appreciate that, man.
You know, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. I look forward to the next time we get to do this, hopefully in person, whether it be out in LA or here in New York. But until then, let the people know where they could follow you at. Any last messages or things you want to say? Now is the time to go ahead and plug that in.
Hey, shout out to everybody in Decatur, Georgia, Glenwood. Just want to thank everybody though, for real, for tapping in with me. I'm Gwen Bunn. My Twitter name is Gwen Bunn. Instagram, Gwen Bunn. Yeah, man. Check in with me. Say hey to me. Let me know if you're listening to the music, how you feel about it. That's it. Love y'all. Thank you for the support.
Yo, as always, it's a pleasure, Gwen. You know, I'm happy that we finally got to do this again after almost 3 years. I'm looking forward to the project. I'm looking forward to everything. Make sure y'all follow her. Make sure y'all keep it locked for Mood Swings on the way. And until next time, it's Gwen Bunn on the radar, baby.